Hey, what's going on, family? It's your boy TSpeaks here. And I wanted to get on and talk about the other day, I gave the 3 consequences for not starting your own business. Today, I want to speak about the 3 positives to starting your own business. All right, so let's go through it because a lot of people say, you know what, I'm good and I'm settled right where I am. I understand that. Those at 34s, 30 to 40s, those are just coming into the market. Maybe they don't have kids, they don't have houses. It's a lot easier to transition when you're in that stage. It's a lot more difficult when you're in the 40, 50, 60 age range because at that point, you've settled some things, you've gotten more years on your job that's behind you than in front of you. You're looking at something called retirement or death, whichever one like literally takes the longest, that's which one you want. So it's kind of harder to think about it in terms of me starting my own business. But I assure you, there are some positives to starting your own business. There are some favorable things. Let's get into it because the other day we had the 3 negative. Let's do the 3 positives for sure. Number 1, biggest one, this is what everybody's concerned about. You have unlimited earning potential. Now, when you're starting on your job, you might have been starting at $25,000 a year. You might have started at $50,000. You might have started at $80,000. You might have started as a doctor at $150,000, just for 6 months. Who knows? You might have started wherever you started at. I'll give you $150,000 a year to be a vice president, portfolio management operations. I'll give you this. I'll give you a 10% bonus or 20% bonus. Bonuses are going down. The stock market's not well right now, but so you started wherever you're starting, and they'll say, okay, for this year, I'm going to give you. Let's just make it a round figure, $100,000 for a complete year, and then after that, you get a little raise, you get a little bonus, maybe if things are going well. The only thing about that is, it took you an entire year to make $100,000. That's 5 days a week, at least, let's just say, I want to say 50, let's just round it to 50, because some people do 60, some people do 40. So you're going 5 days a week, you're gonna do 50 hours a week. For how many weeks is that? That's a lot of weeks. More 25, 30 weeks, but it's not really 5 days a week, let's be real. When you're working on a job, Friday night, you're done. Saturday, you get up, you want to sleep in, you want to relax, maybe you want to get up and play golf, maybe you want to get up and play with the kids, go swimming, go to the beach, whatever the case may be. You're a little groggy from the work week, and there's still what you call a residual on you, which means you're still thinking about it, although you're not in it. You still feel the effects of it. Whew, that was a rough week. If you're a construction worker, if you're a technician in the phone company, whatever it may be, you absolutely may have a little bit more time that you need to kind of like relax and get over it, to kind of feel like yourself again, to feel like this is my weekend. I don't have to deal with the job. So you go through that Saturday and you go through that Sunday. So you do that and then you get $100,000. But when you start your own business, who's to say that you can't get $100,000 in a month? Who's to say a business done right, you can't get $100,000 in a week or in a day? Perfect example. You're the owner of the iPhone. Steve Jobs made more than $1 million in one day from one invention, from one thing that people needed. Let's do something else. The owners of, and this is nothing against them, the owners of Uber. Uber Eats particularly had a thought, an idea. They went out there and they got funding because they went to the stars and they got like Britney Spears and other people to invest in them when they were just starting out. Hey, we got an idea of why don't we make it kind of like a mobile restaurant, like you just click a button and it brings it to you. The funny thing about it is, and this is a true story, I had a buddy of mine who called me back in '07 and said, I'm thinking about starting a business. We should start a business where we deliver to people from different restaurants. I said, that's a great idea. He never moved on it. He never did anything. And I said, hey, we could use my study as the office. I'll hire somebody that I was seeing. They can answer the phones and we can take the orders and let's just see where it goes, because it's a great idea for me to be at home at 10 o'clock and want some ice cream and not be able to get it. So what am I saying? Had he moved on that idea, he would be a did I say multi-millionaire right now? And so would I, simply because we moved on an idea. So what am I saying? It doesn't take a year to make $1 million, let alone $100,000. I've seen it done. I have made figures. If I continue to multiply the amounts that I've made, it would be in less than a year, $1 million. Like, that's just the way it is. You make more offers, you get more clients, the income goes up. So one of the first things is you have unlimited earning potential, because your dreams, your gifts, that you have to put to the market as far as being an entrepreneur, the world needs it. The world is waiting for it. You don't know where you are going to end up. I'll tell you where you're going to end up if you don't do anything, right where you are. So you want to really think about that in terms of, oh, how can I get a lot? It's going to be unlimited earning potential. Unlimited. Because there's no max. There's no boss telling you, well, we have 80 employees and we can only pay them X, Y, Z because we have to still make sure that we get profits. And if you work in one of the Fortune 500 companies, you got to make sure that you're earning enough and you're keeping enough working capital where you can make acquisitions and all of that. So your company's not going to necessarily pay you everything they can. The difference with being an entrepreneur is you pay yourself what you are worth and your value, period. The second thing that you actually get, the second positive thing you get to earning, to opening and starting your own business, now this is the good one. This is good. Please tell me you're ready for this. Please tell me. This is, in fact, the good one. You never have to live with the uncertainty of what you could have done, which means, what am I saying? You'll never be I almost did. You'll never, at least in this arena, you'll never say, okay, I would have had it. I could have had it. You'll never have a question over your head saying, I wonder if it would have worked. I wonder if my idea that I had that the public needed would have taken and it would have definitely changed my life. I wonder if I had started my business back when I was starting on this job. I did have one job that I had for 12 years. Had I started my business, if I started my business as an entrepreneur at that 12-year mark at the beginning of it, even if I ran them simultaneously, I would have, the sky would have been the limit. I would have never questioned whether or not I could do it. I would have been doing it already. You never question whether or not you can do it. When you start your own business, that's what you'll never have to do. Question whether or not you can do it. What if I could have done it? What if, like my buddy, like the guy that I know, well, he's not a buddy, but somebody I know, he has to live with the thought, what would have happened if I started that idea instead of Uber Eats? He has to live with that. And he goes to work every day on a job. And it really, right now, I'm going to say, it doesn't matter what he makes. If he gets $125,000 tax-free, it doesn't matter. Because he could have maybe gone ahead and invented what we needed, which is door-to-door service of bringing our food. Not to mention all the individuals that Uber Eats employ, that people actually can take care of their family off of. So let's get it right. Your dreams, your ambitions, your entrepreneur, your ownership, your company, chances are it's going to be something that people need. You never have to live with, I could have. I wonder if I should have done this. I wonder what or who I would have become had I been able to have my mind and my time all to myself. All to myself. The last thing, the third thing that you actually get as a positive for starting your own business is you take your own seat at the table. You take your own seat at the table of success. I'm going to tell you a couple things. You will change your friends. You will change how you think. When I tell you the thoughts that I have through my head right now, 5 years ago I didn't have them. 3 years ago I didn't have them. It was only scratching the surface. You will change and have a seat at the table of success along with other successful people. And get this, you may have heard it before, but it is true. Success breeds success. You know what wealthy people talk about? Trust me, I'm around them. You know what wealthy people talk about? They talk about ideas. They talk about ideas. They don't talk about what's going on in the latest news. They don't. I know the young lady, she got killed by the Israel, the journalist. They don't talk about things like that because it's not, if you will, not relevant to their business right now. They'll speak about it in terms of an event that occurred and is sorry condolences to the family. But they oftentimes think about, okay, what can the world use right now? What can we do to help people? That's where you take your seat at. You take your rightful place at the seat of success. And as a bonus, let's go further. One of the things that you get back, that you get from starting your own business, is you get you back. Not the you that has to get up in the morning. And I've seen people, and it makes me laugh all the time. They're driving and they're putting on their makeup in the car while they're driving. And I'm like, that is an art. That is a skill. I can't do that. They say don't text and drive. I don't know how people can apply makeup and drive, but you see it done. So you're always running. And I noticed I used to run to work And I used to run from work, like rushing. I'm telling you. And I one day looked around and everybody was doing the same thing. So, you know, whenever everybody's doing the same thing around you, you oftentimes don't think anything is wrong. You think this is normal. This is what it should be. So when I used to see people running, I'd be like, yeah, excuse me. And you're just moving and you're getting on the train and you're getting on your bus and you're doing your transportation or you're getting in your car. Whatever the case may be, I've done all of them. I've got on a train, I've got on a bus, and I've driven myself to work. And although it might have been for a decent amount of money or a comfortable amount of money, it was nonetheless for just a paycheck. And I noticed I didn't have me. I was always running. I was always rushing. I was always looking to do something to get somewhere. I can't remember the times when I just used to sit and be able to use my own mind and engage in my own thoughts and further myself. That's one of the things you get when you start your own business. As an entrepreneur, you get you back. You absolutely get you back. I want to take it further. Another thing you get is, along with you, is you get the opportunity to spend time with your loved ones. You get the opportunity to see the world in a different light. It's different when someone says, hey, you can go away for a week. You can take vacation for a week. And then you pay to go on vacation. You get your ticket, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000. You know, if you're taking first class, which, by the way, shout out to first class. It's a different world. You need to try it. Not bragging or anything, but telling you that those are the way people who have a different mindset think. So you're going away. It's different when you're going away for a week, as opposed to you're going away and you said, okay, let's just go until we want to leave. Let's just get a one-way ticket and leave an open-ended ticket to leave with. You get all of these, not to mention you get to watch your kids grow up in real time. Not from a picture, but from real time. These are all of the things that you get when you become an entrepreneur. Now, you may be saying, hey, TSpeaks, you gave 5 things positive for starting my own business, but there was only 3 consequences to not. And you're right, I'm not crazy. The difference is when you start your own business, it'll always be better than not starting your own business. Remember, family, you need to get this lesson. You change your mind, you change your life. I'm TSpeaks.